kind of a fun day. We've got a lot that's going to go on, but I really need to back up and discuss a little bit about some of the collars. Now, for the most part in here, we use Q collars. Our goal is to end up with using Q collars for every dog. Every now and then there's a dog, however, that's at a higher level. It's at a higher level intensity that the dog challenges. Now, our goal is to use the least amount of pressure on the dog so that it can learn, so that we can talk to it and it responds to our verbal commands, not train for correction. Now, it's funny because for years I used pinch collars on every dog. My first dogs were actually trained with choke chains, and I will never forget getting a dog back from a trainer. And it was a big Airedale male. He was a champion. He had qualified 2 kids to go to Westminster. He did agility. He was a service dog, a therapy dog. He did everything. And when he came back from doing his open work, and he was always in the top scores, the ring on his choke chain was egg-shaped. I kept that collar for the longest time. I don't know where it ended up at. But it occurred to me how much it had actually cost that dog in pain to bend metal. At that point, I knew we needed to change what we were doing. I didn't do that. It was with a trainer. I've seen some pretty hellacious training, and I hated it, every bit of it. When I got introduced to the pinch collar, it was like magic. It is a natural correction. It's a bite. But when you think about it, it's a bite all the way around that dog's neck, and it's saying, I'm going to rip your throat out. Pinch collars were very, very successful, and there are people that don't get beyond them. The problem with it is, it takes no communication to beat a dog up with a pinch collar. Now, little Lucy here, I'm going to back up, Stephen. Little Lucy here, how old is she? 6 months. Lucy's a great little boxer mix. She's really fun. Lucy came in with the enthusiasm of a genuine boxer bouncing off the walls. This is the 2nd time Lucy's been here. Good girl, Lucy. Now, my choice would have been to put the half hitch around her belly, and she does very well. The problem with it is she was just spayed. So now we can't put the half hitch around the belly. All we can do is either allow that, which is the wrong message, or we can put more correction on her, and we can take it all out. Now the people sitting here can vouch for the fact that it took one good correction and Lucy was immediately trained. What did that cost Lucy? We corrected Lucy for being happy. Is that really what we want to teach? Do we really want to take a dog, I mean give it a good correction, and have this dog, okay, be obedient? Look at her demeanor. It's not happy. Furthermore, her mom came in with a 4-foot lead. So now, I'm not only not allowing her to be happy, but I'm keeping her right next to me. Man, this dog's going to learn to work on a lead, right? This is the state of way too many trainers. Lucy, heel. 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 Wait. Many of them proudly say, I don't talk to my dog. You're teaching the dog to work for a correction. If that isn't the lowest form of bullying, I don't know what it is. Good girl, Lucy. Just adding praise takes away the toughness. Now, we had to get her attention. But the dog is trained. Easy. Come on, Luce. Good girl. Oh, what a good job. We needed that correction from that pinch collar because that's exactly what her mother or a pack leader would have done, is bite her. They would have stopped that. That's not allowed, that silly stuff. Come on, babe. Good girl. Wait. Hey, you better wait. Good girl. Look at her head. It's not cowering anymore. Good job. Communication is the key to a good relationship. Not overcorrecting allows the dog to trust you. There is an element of fear in respect. But if it's not predictable, it remains fear. Good girl. Hey, look, you silly one. Hi. We have to always be able to correct that inappropriate behavior. But the last thing we want to do is live our lives beating the dog up. Yes, it is more work to learn to work with a cue collar because people are so bad at it. The dog knows it. The dog catches on immediately. But it's changing our habits, right? The people in this class are phenomenal because they really try. Julie with Otis, she uses a pinch collar on him. That's because he's so powerful. It's not because he's going to end up with it. If they need a correction, we can't avoid the correction. Otherwise, we're not doing our job as leader. It is our responsibility to let that dog know what will and won't be allowed. By not correcting that dog, we're saying you don't matter enough to bother. We don't want that message. We guide, correct, lead, push the individuals that are important to us. By allowing inappropriate, disrespectful behavior, we're saying you don't matter. We don't want that, do we? This is what you want in this dog, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You are so limited with a dog that comes in jumping on 2 feet. You can't do that. Now, you can find people who agree with you and you can go out and have fun together, but I'll guarantee you, you wouldn't be able to take it into an office. What we do is start every dog as if it were going to be a service dog. It doesn't have to be a service dog, but it could. I have one of the neatest things going on right now. I have a 3-year-old, probably 4-year-old by now, 4-year-old Lakeland, and he lived in Michigan. The people couldn't do anything with him, so he lived 1.5 years in the basement with no structure. Then, I don't remember if it was the allergy story or we didn't have time for him or we're moving. I mean, there's usually one of those things in there. And they had to place the dog. Now, these people were nicer than that. They did some tests, medical testing and stuff like that. And he was a problem. Okay. They had a lot going on in their life, and all right, so I'm not going to be down on them. They gave the dog up, and that was actually the best thing they could have done. He came here. He was here 1 year. That's how much money there is in rescue. But in that time, he was rehabilitated. He was a very nice puppy. I placed him with a widow man up in Janesville. And he isn't going to do anything that I say. He tells me, I've been coming here for over 25 years. He said, I know all about training. Well, you know very well where that is. So the dog's got a fenced-in yard. After he had the dog a week, he brought me back the crate. He brought me back all the training equipment, and he said he didn't need it anymore. Okay. You know very well this dog is running wild. He barks a little bit at the squirrels. Okay, but I groom him, and this man just adores this dog. He and the dog have, the dog's got it made, believe me. So, he fell and broke his hip. I have the dog back. Really sad because he was struggling. That dog has slid back into what the rules are. So, it just was immediate. Because he's been here for grooming, I never totally let him lose it. And I got a phone call yesterday from the man. He's been placed in a rehabilitation center in Beloit. And we're going to be able to take the dog over there. And if at all possible, we're going to be able, he'll be able to take the dog home. If he can't, he's now close enough that he can have the dog part-time, and I imagine I'll have that dog till one of them is no longer here. But had that dog not been trained in the first place, he'd probably never see that dog again. Because you couldn't take him into a rehab center out of control and obnoxious. You couldn't take him into a rehab center jumping and pulling and barking. You can take him in when he walks on the line like this. So when I say they all need to be started as service dogs, I'm not kidding. You can always bring them out, let them chase squirrels, let them bark at the neighbor, let them jump all over you, let them run through your house, but when they go back into default mode, this is what you want. It truly costs less to take care of a dog like this than it does any other kind. Your veterinarian will like you. A groomer will not charge you extra. You will not have bite marks on company and family and friends. And you. You will not have trips to the dog pound, to the animal shelter, to pick up your dog when it's run away. You will not have dog fights that you have to go sew them up. You will not be denied when you want to take that dog into housing. A dog already knows how to play. They need manners. Manners is the lifestyle. Obedience is a performance. I'm criticized all the time for the emphasis on manners instead of performance. I have people that come out here, look at my dogs and say, oh my gosh, they're not groomed. No, because they're going to be well-mannered their whole life. If they go show, okay, that's a little event. Whoopee. Whoopee. Unless they're well-behaved coming off from that stage, you have nothing. Because at some point, their show career's over. And then you have crazy. So, Lucy means to be good. Don't you lose. This is what Lucy learned in the private lesson. She just needs to know it applies here too. This is the practical application of a private lesson. Lucy's been to one private lesson and one drop-in class. At 6 months old, I'll take it. Because our goal when we start a puppy is, it's easy to place if we have to. Raise that dog like you're raising it for someone else. Don't selfishly allow it to develop habits that nobody else likes. My home is maintained for the comfort of the dog and the safety of guests. Not just the comfort of the dog. If we try to do what the dog likes rather than what makes us happy, that is not job security. You're signing that dog's death warrant because it's unplaceable. Lucy's placeable, aren't you? Easy. Oh, Lucy, look at how cute you are. Oh, Lucy. Easy. Oh, what a good dog. This is the dog Mom wants, isn't it? Doesn't that just bring tears to your eyes? Look at her. What else could you want? You be easy. Come on, Luce. Come on. Come on. Hey. I know. Life's tough. Come on. Wait. Excellent. Good dog. It's not about being able to correct a dog. It's about the relationship. Trust, respect, honesty. I'm not going to lie to her. If I don't like something, I'm going to tell her. Then you know, don't you? Yes, you do. I know. Good girl. Other than that, we're going to train some dogs. So now we can start the class.